Hey fellas, Meat Trapper here. Today, I want to talk to you about Razorback snares. Now, as you know, I love to snare. I snare a lot of beaver, snare a lot of hogs, and I've always made my own snares. But after using these snares on a recent trip in Arkansas, I'm switching to the snares made by Razorback Snares instead of the ones that I make. And I want to show you why. I truly believe these are the finest snares that you can get anywhere at any price. And I don't make that statement lightly. So I'm going to show you in detail what I like about these snares, and I'm also going to show you some catches that we made with these snares. And after you've seen these catches, I think you'll agree these are absolutely the best snares available. So let's take a look. All right, well, let's take a look at this snare in a little bit more detail. Now, this is a beaver snare. The first thing I want you to know, to notice, look at the load that has been put into this snare. You can see this is just a perfect shape for the beaver. When this is set in the water, and let's say you're going to have it half in, half out, 1/3 out, 2/3 in, whatever, you can see how wide it is at the bottom. Okay, it's not a teardrop shaped loop. It's nice and wide, and it's almost flat at the bottom, and that allows that beaver, when he's swimming, to hit the bottom of that snare. You can see if he hits it here, 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 he's caught, and that's because it's got such a perfect load in it. The next thing you'll notice is that this snare is made using 1x19 cable. That's what allows this cable to be strong and to hold such a good set in it. The next thing I want you to notice is that when this snare is fully open, you can see there's the termination of the snare right there. When it's fully open, it is the perfect size for a beaver snare. In other words, you don't have to guess when you go to set this snare. All you do is open this snare up and set it, and it's ready for beaver. Now, when it comes to the hardware, you can take a little bit closer look, and you can see this has got the micro lock on it, which is an excellent, very fast firing lock. But I want you to look at the termination right here. This is not a stop button. You can see that's a double ferrule, and if you look closer, it is triple crimped. There is no way that end is going to pop off this snare and you're going to lose your catch. If you use just a regular stop button and you put, one hammer blow on it or one crimp, from time to time, they will pop the end off that snare, especially on 1x19 cable because it is slick. But there is no way that beaver is popping the end off of that snare. You've got your support collar right there, and then you can see when it terminates and it goes to the extension cable, you've got a barrel swivel, which is the finest swivel that you can put on a beaver snare. Once again, you can see the crimp, the triple crimp that's put on that ferrule right there. And then once you get to the pigtail, it switches over to the 7x7 cable, which is a little bit cheaper cable, but it's also a little more flexible and gives you a little bit more flex when you go to tie off or to anchor off or what have you. Now, the bottom line is when you use quality components and you build the snare properly, you're going to have a superior firing snare. Look at this pigtail right here. Notice how that's got a 180-degree bend on it. And when combined with this particular lock right here, there's nothing to interfere with the closing of this snare. And so I want you to watch just how fast this snare fires when given a slight touch. Look at that. Let's do that again. That is unbelievably fast. There is no drag, no hesitation. Nothing is interfering with the firing of this snare. As soon as that beaver hits that cable, he's caught. There's no getting out of that. Okay, enough talk. How about some catches? After all, the proof is in the pudding, right? Well, let's take a look at some of the catches that we made using Razorback snares on my recent trip to Arkansas. We caught everything from hogs, beaver, coyotes, and everything else with these snares. They really work. So let's take a look. That is a big one, yeah.
5 o'clock
Right
in
there,
the
man.
a.m. Set up the stand and climb on in. Jack Frost biting at my toe.
There you go.
Doused up and sent away. Forget about the bills I haven't paid. Tree swaying, leaves crunching all around. Oh, and don't you know I love to hear that sound.
Fucking piglet with it too.
When a whitetail hits the ground, turkey gobbling off a roosted lamb. It's them mallard ducks when they all cup in. Share memories with all my friends. Obsession, I live, breathe, tradition of my family. Even the good Lord said we should. Hunting is good. Hunting is good. Saw that rag peeking out on the edge. I propped her on up at the foot of the ledge, and with a click, click, bang, bang, he was down. Oh, and don't you know I love to hear that sound. When a whitetail hits the ground, turkey gobbling off a roosted lamb. It's them mallard ducks when they all cup and share.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about how you can get yourself some of these snares. The best way to contact Razorback Snares is through their Facebook page, and I'm going to put a link in the description of the video below. Now, keep in mind, these are not mass-produced snares. They don't have a shelf with thousands of them already pre-built sitting on there. These snares are going to be built to order. Now, the two that I use are the Beaver Snares and the Hog Snares. The best thing to do is to get in touch with Carl at Razorback Snares. Follow him, like him on his Facebook page, get in touch with him, tell him what you're looking for, and he'll hook you up. But just remember, these are not cheap snares. It's not cheap. Everything about them is first class, okay? And that's what I want. I don't want cheap. I want good. So get in touch with them on Facebook at Razorback Snares. Tell them Meat Trapper sent you, and I promise you, you will be satisfied. These are the best snares that I've ever used. Hope this was useful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.